Good morning, Eve. It's wonderful to see you. And good morning to everybody that's coming in. Welcome to Mrs. Greenthumb. Hi, Eve. I hope you. I've been thinking about you. I hope you're well. I know you weren't feeling good, or you had to go to get something done. So, it's very nice to see you. I don't know how busy I'm going to be or not, but it was supposed to rain today. It's supposed to be raining, and it's nice a little bit out today. And that's why I planned coming on, because I knew when it's raining, I'm kind of more in the house, and when it's not, I'm outside in the garden part. And I've been working a lot on the different areas of butterfly gardening. Actually, I'm getting craft stuff to put in the butterfly garden. So I'm, besides my yard and all that, I don't know if you saw it, not that you have to or not, but the last video I did was the butterfly garden. I guess I want people to that's my shout out to see step by step how I'm doing this, so that, hope it works. I just bought some milkweed. So the last video is I'm kind of talking more, and I'm showing the area, how big I built it. And we ended up finally finishing a few days ago. We're not finished it, but I'm saying we cleaned it out, so it's quite a long section. And now we put the boards like that across it. And then I'm going to just update the videos on what it looks like. But it was like an open space. This is my little section right there. We took the sideboard off, and now we have all the boards all the way down up the side. I bought some milkweed plants to go in there. I have things growing in my indoor greenhouse to go in there, and some obviously for all over the yard, and vegetables that I'm growing too. And actually, I'm growing a really cool musk melon. Well, a melon. I got to think of the name of it. Amish melon. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things to me as a gardener I'm doing. I was watching last night. See, when I'm not on here, I actually start learning myself. I start watching other gardeners that I feel are good gardeners, and watching them. I was looking all over for dahlias. I didn't know much about a dahlia. I just think it's a beautiful plant. I want to actually dry it out and everything, and it's a gorgeous plant. If you ever seen a dahlia, actually, I should put that on. I was going to put some videos on to entertain. If you're busy, Eve, that's okay. I'll just talk. And so I want to show you these dahlias. They're just gorgeous. It's a beautiful plant, but what I learned was it's actually got tubers, which I've never grown with yet. The dahlia's got tubers, and they got eyes, and I was learning all kinds of stuff with this dahlia, because that's how much I'm like in awe to this plant. It's just a beautiful plant. So I want to show you these images, and the one I have a yellow one and a kind of a reddish tinge one, and they're just beautiful. So images of I didn't say bulb. Oh, dahlia. Show me and they're not bulbs. They're actually called tubers. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find it right now. I'm learning all kinds of stuff. That's why I told myself to build the knowledge I have to add to my channel. I'm learning myself. I'm going around watching other people, reading on things. I'm just doing a lot of work so that I truly know what I'm doing when I go to do things, all kinds of things, not just what I know myself. But these flowers are new to me. I loved them last year. I wanted to grow them, and I didn't even know I could have saved the plant if I knew what I was doing. I didn't know last year about these. Mind you, there's tons of plants. I mean, tons of flowers, tons of plants to know. Oh, wait until you see. This is not mine. I'm trying to find the color of mine, but oh my God, these are the most gorgeous plants. And once you know them, you're gonna want to grow them, because that's how gorgeous they are if you like flowers. Hey, did I put alive, not like? What did I put? Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Oh, are you talking about for you? Hi, Belle. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just showing this plant. I'll get in all the other stuff, but this is what I've been doing the last few days. There's the butterfly garden, a picture of it. I just did a last video of the area I'm doing. And so I was looking into flowers for it too. Plus, I like this particular flower. It's got to be top on my list of what I like. And like I said, flowers are a good thing. plants grow better with flowers. You're bringing pollinators, which pollinate vegetables and all kinds of stuff. And there's another thing I gotta grab the video on. Was I was trying to do show you. I already moved lettuces around in my lettuce bin, but before every time I get on here and I start talking about stuff, I get really excited when it comes to gardening. Seriously, you guys all leave the room, but I can just go on and on talking to myself about this stuff, like telling you what's in my brain, how excited I am about this stuff. Here's a really pretty flower I got to show you. It comes in tons of colors, and there's a way of drying it that it looks beautiful, and I can't wait to work with it. It's called silica, and if you find a perfect flower, and you want to keep it somewhat the same color and the shape, it's going to be off a little bit. The silica is a crystal that dries out flowers, but it remains kind of the same color, a little deeper color, but it looks 3D. That's what I liked about it. It's really cool. Oh. Well, that's cool. So I got some Russian blue potatoes. I think when they're all different colors of potatoes, I think they're really cool. But a lot of people can't eat them because they think for some reason if you don't eat the normal ones that we see around, which is white or red, a lot of people won't. My mom won't touch it. There's the black potatoes. There's nothing wrong with them. They're potatoes that exist. And when it comes to any color that's not a normal red or white potato, my mom will not eat it. It's like in her head that it just doesn't feel normal. I, however, think that's the coolest thing to try different things like that. Hey, David, good morning. So isn't it beautiful? That's a dahlia. And I was just talking about how I'm working with, anybody got a dahlia plant? I mean, I know, guys, I know you might not be into flowers, but I'm just asking you, Bill, do you have any kind of flowers that you grow, or you're strictly food? Yeah, you got to try new things. I think that's great. If you're excited about getting something new that you never had before, that is absolutely good. It's cool. All the power to you. I think it's a great idea. Excuse me, I'm yawning away. So, no, I don't. I have citrus. But do you like any kind of flowers, or it's like, be honest with me. If you're not into flowers, it's fine. I'm still going to talk about the flower for a bit because I that's how much I like. This dahlia is just amazing. This flower, it's just a gorgeous flower. It comes in all kinds of shades and colors, and I just was so fascinated with them. Which one? They bloom flowers. Oh yeah, they do. Citrus trees do bloom flowers. You're right. They do, but the colors and everything else will attract flowers too. To your yard, all these flowers. I don't know. I'm just that awe for this particular. I know I'm going on and on, but I have to tell you, I've been really learning for the last few days all about this plant because that's how much I like it, and I didn't know a thing about it. Yeah, I don't. I'm on. No, that's okay. Don't you worry about it. I'll put it this way. Oh, you don't have any dahlias anymore? They're gorgeous flowers, David. I mean, I was educated on. Last year I bought some. They're not the same. They were kind of a shorter version. This year I got some from the nursery. I got a couple things. Yesterday we went to the nursery and got some milkweed plants. I just grow things I can eat, but I always flowers that look like, yeah. No, that's okay, Bill. I'm not knocking it because I would say, I don't want to put that sounding bad, but a lot of men that do gardening are for food. That's what they're there for, and I'm not knocking that at all. They're there to eat and grow just what they eat. Well, obviously, maybe that's the feminine side of me, but the flower thing is something because of decorative I like, plus just all kinds of stuff. And I feel that they attract pollinators because of how they are. They certainly attract me, but last year I had them and then they died out, and it's because I didn't know anything about it. Now I know about them. I could save them, and that's what I thought was pretty amazing, that I didn't know what a tuber was. Now I know what a tuber was, and I know that they need an eye and a tuber to grow. You can bring them in once they kind of die off in the fall. You can dig them out like a bulb, and just be careful not to break the tuber to the main stem. And you have to wrap them up a certain way, but you can bring them back every year. And I didn't know that, and so now I'm going to try it. Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
say hello to Mike for me?
Not different kind of Mike.
Oh.
But my husband's saying hello to Mike Wolf because he thinks you're a different Mike. Hi, Mike, and just say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, because there's David and there's Bill out there and there's Eve and Mike Wolf. So, anyways, I'm just telling you what I've been doing. I've been kind of like doing research on gardening, like to just get better at it and better at it. Oh, what a surprise! I got a package given to me. I don't know, probably something I ordered. I don't know what it is. Just fresh, hot off the mail. Anyways, so that's... Hi, Mr. Green. Oh, Mr. Green, they're funny. Just waking up, sitting outside, enjoying the weather. It was supposed to storm today, Mike. For me, it's supposed to have... We had rain really bad yesterday, so I couldn't work outside. And today, they're saying it was raining, but it's really kind of nice outside. So I actually shouldn't even be on here. I should be having my butt outside, but because I got a lot of digging ahead of me. And I don't know if I told you that I put the potatoes in my raised bed, so they're tucked in there. And I have to try to. I got to put notes down to remind myself when I did that, because they've been in for less than a week, and I didn't do anything. I didn't water in the hay. I want to see how it goes on that one. So many experiments I'm doing this year. No problem, Bill. So many experiments. I just love trying things and then bring it back and tell you, yep, worked. Or if it didn't work. My little pineapple plant is still going good on my plant. I'm trying to think of all flowers, the butterfly garden I did. In my lettuce bin that I call. I don't know. Let me see if I show you something. Oh, yeah. I'm in East Texas. It's cloudy, but there's a comfortable breeze. Oh, nice. Hey, Patrick. He goes, you got it. He goes, it's a dahlia. Do you like dahlia? And welcome everybody. Thank you so much and good morning. I don't know, for me it's like 10 a.m. so I don't know if I'm saying good morning to all of you guys, or maybe it's just me and I'm up early. So how are you, Patrick? Tell us how you doing. Do you like? He knew what it was. I was just impressed that I was trying to be careful how I say this, because a lot of guys that grow or gardeners don't really grow flowers. They're not into flowers, but I don't want to say that doesn't mean 100% of men don't like flowers. But that was impressive that you knew what that was. I want to show you different colors. I think I'm just in this kick because I've been really learning about these flowers, and I want to know. There's freaking books on them. I'm looking at books on this stuff, but I see why. Oh my God, this is just this is a variety of, I've never seen anything so beautiful. These flowers are just probably my top flowers so far. And I'm growing a lot of flowers, and I have grown a lot of flowers, but and I was trying to, last year, try to grow up by seed, and it did not work. For some reason, I took the seeds, I figured out where they were, and they grew weeds. They grew something really weird. So I'm not going to try it through seeds, but I am going to try it through cuttings, which I already tried. I'm starting. I want to see if they work. I did cuttings, and I'm going to collect the tubers and separate them for next year so I have more, and then I'm going to get more other kinds of them. I think they're so cool. Did you? Why is it something you don't like, or how come you never kept the dahlias? Let me see. There's a saved picture of this. I'm going to get on to other things. It's just once I get past this kick of the flower, because I have, like I said, been working on learning all about this for the last several days on this one flower, because that's how much I like it. But I learn all kinds of stuff. That's why I'm experimenting with I have some stuff going on with containers that I'm trying stuff to put in a container with the normal soil, and I want to see if I can get more vegetables, I guess I want to call it, like more tomatoes, more different things that I grow in a 5-gallon pail by using these set of, I want to say, fertilizers, but it's not. It's a combination of different things, and I want to see if that actually grows better, because that was one of my things this year that I want to learn. I see people grow things in containers, and they're really amazing. I grow containers, but I figured that I want to get more fruit, like more tomatoes, more cucumbers. I want more of it, and it seems to be related to a lot of fertilizer You have to replenish it because everything gets lost, all the nutrients in there. So I just find it all interesting and learning all that myself. Hello, Beverly Black. Welcome. What do we got? There's a lady down the road that sells climbing rose bushes. They bloom big, but if you don't plant them against a fence or chicken wire, it shreds a bloom and starts another one. Oh, wow. So, well, the word climbing kind of tells you what you got to do, I guess. That's what I'd say on that one. I mean, I've actually grown from rose bushes from cuttings and stuff like that. Where I used to live to my two side neighbors were Italian, so they kind of showed me how to start roses, because they had beautiful roses all around their house, and that's what I did. I started doing roses, and I had them all around the perimeter of my backyard. Plus, they were working with me with grapes. When I first bought my house before this one, there was so much weeds, overgrown plum trees that were rotting. And so actually they were so good. And they were older too, gentlemen. But the one gentleman was so nice that he came in, gave me his advice, and came and helped me dig out trees. And I wanted a clean yard so I could control it. And that's the house before I have this one. And this house I've been in for 25 years. And the other house was like roses. And so I had enough of roses. I do have like 3 roses. It's not like I don't have any. But I just wanted to learn and have different flowers and stuff than that. Okay, I must going off to take the e-bike. I will be back in your stream. All right, no problem. Have fun. Thanks, Bill. Well, hello, custom screen. Okay, I was trying to pull up that where's the other image? Let's see. Oh, there it is. I'll throw this out really big because there's all the sorts I have. I love that. Love it. All right, I'm just going to throw in a video here while we chat. Oh, you like dahlia? I love dahlias. Do you have them growing, Beverly? I'm like, it's my newest kick. Trust me, I have many things I like. And my newest thing is little dahlias. And actually, my hollyhocks didn't come back this year. I'm keeping an eye on those. Yeah, I know. Oh, so you know about it, Patrick. I just love them. You have one? How many you got? Like, I have 2, but I'm using them more. I'm not going to put them permanently in the ground unless I have no choice. Right now, I'm putting them in containers. So I'm learning, well, I've learned a lot about them, and the only way I know that I'm good at it is by next year. So, because, you gotta have to pull them out. Beverly's, have you had it for a long time? Do you know that? You probably know there's tubers and there's eyes to it, and if you don't have then you pull them out. You have to pull them out unless you have a zone where it's not going to freeze and you can leave them permanently in there, which I don't. You have to pull them out and store them. Yeah, Patrick's exactly right. You have to pull them out, store them. The trick is not letting them dry out, and then you split them in the spring, the fall or the spring. You can split them, which I will, as long as the tuber has an eye attached to it. Then it's a vital plant, and if not, if a tuber falls off, it doesn't have an eye on it, then it's no good. So I just thought that was pretty amazing. Like I told you, I was like so in awe of this flower for 2-3 days. I researched. I went to different channels that knew something about a dahlia, all that specialized just in dahlias. Do you take it out though, or where do you live, Beverly? I got it last year. It's in a container. Where do you live? Are you in hot weather? Because technically, even in containers, I have to, unless, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to cut it down and I'm going to bring it in my house and store it inside the house somewhere. I got to figure out where I want to store them, but I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna have more of the dahlias. Hi, Jessio, hello. Hi, darling. This is part of my backyard, by the way. I was just giving you tips of what I use. These are some of my old videos. I release a video every Friday. The last one was on my garden, my butterfly garden. The thumbnail is the picture of what I started with, doing the framing. And then, I'm going to let this play and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then you can see it to the far left. It's just a smaller area, which I call butterfly garden. But this year I was determined to go way long up the fence. So it's really one of my top things I'm talking about this year, besides all the other stuff I'm growing. Well, I'm happy to have you, Jessio. Hey, Leanne. That's all right. Hi, Leanne. It's all good. It's okay. It's good seeing you, Leanne. All good. All right, so that was let me see, I was just showing you, these are they're not old videos, but this is some of the stuff. That's on my yard back there, and I'm just pulling some older videos. That's 4 o'clocks. That's, my God, I got 20 gourds, but I learned a lesson on gourds, by the way. If you want to do, because I like crafting and stuff, so I grew gourds. I said it 3 years ago that I would grow gourds. That's my gourds. See how far they went? I ended up with 20 gourds. And I stored them, which was the worst thing you could ever did. So I'm telling you mistakes here when I do live streaming. I took the gourds, hi Into, and I stored them in my shed. I know that they're going to have to kind of rot down, and then they mold, and then they go really hard. And I knew this. But I did not know that they would go into much. They made a mess, and my shed smelled like mold, and all the stuff broke down. We had to have masks to clean up my shed. I will never do this again. And because I didn't want the animals getting to it, so I was kind of trying to save my gourds. And what a mess. They were all over. Some of them were so soft and they just fell apart in my shed. So we took them all out this spring, we cleaned all the shed out, and we put them on the side of my house where they're going to remain there. And that's how you dry out gourds. Do never put them inside. You need to leave them outside. They make such a mess until they dry. And now I lost half of them. I do have some, and they're starting, I can knock on them like wood, and so I have dried them out. But hey, a new learning lesson, because I have never grown actual gourd. I did good with them. Beautiful nature and weather. Then I'm going to switch this up here. Oh, what was it we were just talking about? I was going to show something, I forget. Yeah. That's all my azaleas, my rose bushes. Where are you trying to make rattles out of the gourds? No, I'm not making rattles. No, these are too big of a gourd, Leanne. No, not rattles. No. They're not. They're. You can design gourds. That's a whole thing. I'm not going to do it again, but you can make them into. Actually, people design them, wood carvers and everything else, and make a lot of money from decorating these gourds. It's not as simple as. The type of gourd I grew is not like you want to call it a rattle, but like the Mexicans no, it's not that kind. This was Canada's one sunny day. No, that's not true. I get like nicer weather. If I didn't have nice weather, I would never be able to grow anything. So we have nice weather. We have some days bad, some days good. But here's another one. I just kind of uploaded some videos to show you different things. By the way, that's the Cleome I did. It's still, I started growing this one. There's this video, all these videos I'm showing you are on my channel. But anyways, I started growing this in December. I felt bad because I have to grow. I mean, I don't stop growing even though it's the winter time. I just can't put anything out. So I went, well, it's too late to put these flowers out. So I'm going to try to save them for this year. And that's what I did. I got them growing. They're in my greenhouse. I don't think I have all of them still alive, and they're only annuals. They die off, and they're in my greenhouse. I think I got 4 or 5 of them, and I'm going to be putting them outside. They're going to die off eventually, but I need room to make room for my next things I want to grow in the wintertime. So I will probably work on different things. I know I can grow lettuce. I can grow things inside for sure. I've already done it. So, but I just find it fun. See, there's this stuff I have. They're not quite as green, but I have flowers on them. These two things are the miniature carnations, and the cleome is inside my greenhouse. And I will be doing Friday is the one I want to do. This Friday I want to show you what's growing in my greenhouse and how things are doing in that greenhouse. So I haven't done it yet. I want to film it probably Wednesday and edit it and have it up by Friday to show you all the stuff that I've been working on. I don't have space in my windows to put all the zillions of plants that I've grew this year, and I actually had to lose some of them because I have not enough space. So, like for instance, these ones, I don't have all these ones left right now. There's probably 4 of them left in my place, but they're growing flowers. You'll see the flowers on them. So I find they're pretty tall flower, but actually I learned that you can cut them down and then they'll bush out more, like a lot of flowers, like the 4 o'clocks. A lot of flowers, if you cut them down, they'll bush up. Nice Timmy's recycling. Nice Tim. Oh, yeah, I always recycle, Leanne. Yeah, that's true. You too, custom screening. Have a good day. So anyways, yeah, just we'll talk about this one, and if any garden questions you got, we can all together answer questions here. If there's something you want to ask me, I do research it right on the dot. If there's something we don't know, I don't know, I come out and I'll go Google it and research things. Yeah. All right, Leanne, we'll see you later. Hey, good morning, Will. Good morning. Look at how cool these are. By the way, that's the way I'm watering these. A lot of these ones I water from the bottom. There's lots of plants you can't. It's better to water from the bottom actually than water from the top. Some plants like it, and these flowers do well. Jesse, you don't have to do. You know what? Little steps. We didn't do this overnight, Jesse. I know about time, and I know there they are. See, they're still like that. I can't wait to show you. That's my plants are like that. I cut them down more. They're even taller than that. And those are sitting in my greenhouse. They don't look like as bushy as this, but because that's just a picture I grabbed. But yeah, that's my plants. They're in there. But anyways, what I was going to say, this didn't happen overnight, Jesse. Oh, trust me. Every year I go with a thing and I just add on. And this is what I learned through anything, not just gardening. If you take the time to clean something up, and once it's clean, this is like I talk to my husband about this all the time, and he believes me. He agrees with me. Like he used to be a type of person that started stuff and then didn't put things away. So a Connect Garden's the same way. If you start things and you weed them at first, trust me, you take 5 minutes to go weeding and it's caught up. It's just, I'm busy too here, but I'm just telling you that if you clean things up along the way, just a little bit of time to clean it up and do it, it's so easy to take care of once you clean it up. It is. We have a whole back part. I already showed it on the video. I'm showing you on the butterfly one video that I just released, part of the area behind my fence. That was full of weeds. It was taller than my fence. Every year we came in and we just did a little bit and controlled it and kept it clean, and then did a little more the next year. And it works. In the fall, we clean things up a little bit, and then the springtime is not half as bad to go do it again. Trust me, when it was overwhelming, I couldn't stand it. But learning that you do little by little and keep it up, it's way easier to maintain. That's the truth. Right now, my yards are all cut. My flowers are looking good. But it is a lot harder come August to maintain it as good. But the spring, we always go out there a few days, clean it all up, and then we just maintain it. I just go out there and check to see if there's a few weeds. I pull a little bit and then come back in. It's not easy for me anyways. What is that one I'm showing you? Is that clematis? Here's another one I was going to grab. There you go. Here's the peas I grew in containers. I would love to start things outside, but unfortunately, due to weather, I can't start a lot of stuff outside. I have to start it inside, which is okay, because then I can keep an eye on it, from the bugs to everything else. Oh, by the way, that's another thing that I probably recommend now that I saw this video, what I'm doing here. It worked. I grew peas. It worked in a 5-gallon container. This whole thing worked. However, if I were to do it again, the experiment I would try is read a lot of stuff on soaking it for like 24 hours, the peas, any kind of peas or something, a hard thing. They kind of say that to soak it. Now, I've never done that, and I can't tell you whether it makes a difference or not, but I'm curious. I probably will do it this year. Anything that's hard, like a pea. I'm not sure about beans if you soak them, but whatever, and to see if it works better. But it still grew. I didn't have to soak them, and I still had peas last year. But I grew these kind of late, so that the season, I got a few peas, but it was too late. This has to be started like by now, like pretty soon. In your house, it should have been started before. Mm. And it's funny, I'm learning another thing, but I still have no choice. There's plants that need to be sown directly in the ground that probably grow better. But there you go. There's my peas. Actually, the aphids were really bad. I got them growing and everything, these ones, and then I put some of them in a container. I did a container one. I thought that was the container, but anyways, they grew. They grew up to the wire and that, but unfortunately the aphids came in and ate them. So now I'm careful of that way more. Oh, that's the pictures. All right. Hey, Redneck, how are you doing? Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. All right. Yeah, let me do my thumbnail. This is what the last video I did. Oh, wait, that's not it. That's what it looks, that's what I started out. How are you doing? I'm doing great, thanks. I've been busy outside when it's not raining. Definitely a lot outside. And how are you? And I hope you're well and your family's well. I started with this 2 years ago. Then it looks like this. Last year I did this. I put all these, there's some perennials. These are all the flowers I grew. Or I separated. There's hostas. All kinds. Anyways, there's zinnias. Butterflies like zinnias, so I grew some more. I'm going to put them in there, but I should have grown more. I only did 7 seeds. Germinated 7 plants, so that's not really that much. But I got all kinds of other flowers going in. I got morning glory. Alyssum. I did all kinds of flowers to try out. Besides the food I'm growing, I got different food things I'm growing. I got yellow squash, gray squash, celosia. Like I said, I was counting them, and a couple aren't doing good now. It was 1, but now 2. But most of them, about 30 plants I have, so 20 some odd plants that are new to me that I've never grown before. That's my challenge every year. And I'll probably do some in the wintertime grow, but it's hard to grow. Some of the vegetables really need outside, so it's easier to grow flowers inside. Did you? I plan on do some hibiscus. The dirt was very hard. What I did is put water down. It helps. It does to soften up the ground, but you still need to put something else, because it's going to happen is you're going to soften the ground, put the hibiscus in there, and then the ground is going to go hard rock again after. So what did I? Oh yeah, there's that to. Yeah, it does. It does. It absolutely does. Well, to water it down or after a rain is the best. That's when I plant, by the way. I plant either before raining. I need a suggestion for what to do with flowers, plants that hang off the front porch. And what are you asking on the flower part of it? I have this feeling I know what you're asking, but what are you asking there, Redneck? To keep them up? Is that what you're going to ask me? To keep the flowers going in pots? Just whatever I can help you with, you just ask the question and I will help you out. Because I already am looking into something. I have this feeling that that's what you're asking me. Is after you get hanging pots, there's a part where to keep it up, watering's not enough. It's going to die off if you don't. And I think I'm going to give you the answer to that. But it's like, I don't know if that's the question you're asking me. Because I will tell you that you need a slow release fertilizer. You can't just expect a plant to grow in a small, and then if it's big, it's going to get root bound and then strangle itself. So if you have containers, which flowers should I use? Oh, on the front porch. Which flowers should I use? There's tons of flowers to use on a front porch. It depends on what you have, like if it's high shade, low shade. But I could go on and on about plants, petunias. Actually, not for hanging. Okay, so you can have petunias. Let me see what they normally put in. There's tons of plants that can go in hanging baskets. Matter of fact, by the way, did you know you could put, hey David, did you know you could put strawberries in there? If you guys want to grow strawberries in hanging baskets, trust me, they work. And then they store, and you just put them aside, and they store in the container. They freeze over winter, and they come back alive. Now, I've done that the last 3 years to know it. For a fact, it does. So if you want to grow some hanging strawberries plants, which look cool. To me, I like the thought of that it looks cool. A strawberry plant looks really cool as a hanging basket in the front yard, but it's also beneficial that you get strawberries from it. And you will have to give it some kind of fertilizer. All of this stuff in baskets have to be, you gotta find, I would never recommend a fertilizer when I'm eating food that's, there's slow releasing fertilizers that are great for plants, but not for anything else. I would not do that. So slow releasing, if you can find a slow release fertilizer that's organic, which exists, but it's hard to find, that's what you're going to do. Everything you have, you need to do that for your baskets, anywhere where you need to replenish it, because it's going to eventually die off. These are wood boxes that are built onto the porch. Oh yeah, you could do all kinds of stuff. Put a drainage. This is what I would do, Redneck. I don't know. If I were loading up your basket, okay, let me say that I'm starting from scratch, and my husband just built me 2 flower beds made out of wood. I actually would, for drainage, I'd probably put a little bit of layer of rocks on the very bottom of it. That's what I do, as long as it can withstand the weight of it. Just a little bit. You don't have to go crazy. Just a little bit of rocks for drainage. And then I would get a nice, good, organic soil that's for flowers. You can find that. And then you're going to plant them in that. And then you can pretty well plant tons of different flowers. There's, like I said, there's a list of hanging flowers that you can do. Tons. I mean, I don't know why, it's only petunias come to mind. Geraniums. I'm trying to think of what else. Like tons. There's tons of plants. I'm just not thinking all in my head. But I've grown lots and lots of different plants that grow out of a hanging basket. But then what people don't do is it dies off because they don't add some kind of fertilizer. That's the food for plants. Now, just see yourself like you're crowded in this container, all the roots and everything like that, and there's nothing for them to feed. Well, okay, so you already got dirt in them already. So like I said, I would put some kind of fertilizer in it. You need to replenish the dirt. Once flowers or any kind of vegetable eat up all the nutrition in the dirt, it's not going to soil. I always say dirt, but soil. You need to add stuff back to it. It's all about replenishing. You can't expect soil to be constantly good when you're not giving anything to it. You have to put something back into it. That's what I do every year. I add things like we do have good soil where I live. That's the truth. However, I don't not add anything to it. I replenish things every time. If you see what I'm doing, like the tomato one. If you knew your plants, I know tomatoes. Tomatoes are really high feeder, so you have to give back to the soil. They're going to get that black rot, root rot, black spots on tomatoes if you don't put calcium in it, because they feed extremely high on calcium. So, yeah, that's my suggestion. I don't know if that helped you. There's tons of stuff that go in those wooden containers. Add some fertilizer to it that's for plants and flowers, and water it as it needs it, and it should look cool. I mean, I have baskets that last all summer long. They go from all the way from when I get them to I maintain them. The only part is if you don't water them enough, don't keep it saturated, but you need to water. Like as it gets hotter, just think of you. Just think of if I didn't feed a human being or I didn't give them water, you're going to die eventually. I hate to say that, but so that's the same thing with plants. If you don't feed them or you don't give them water, they're going to die. I know that's bluntly honest, but I guess that's just what I like talking. I say the facts that I know. Okay, there's actually, you know what's funny? I was gonna say there's a tomato plant that I threw in there because I wanted to see it, but it was I get volunteer plants all the time. I was talking about that, and I don't have a picture of what I wanted to show you, but I was outside, and maybe I'm gonna grab that picture. Well, I hope, Redneck, you got to tell me, Redneck, I would love, I know you guys don't really talk the garden part of this, you and your wife and that, but I would like to see pictures. You guys, please send me pictures of anything you're having trouble with, and I will give you the best advice I know, what I know. And if not, I research it. Seriously. We had somebody come in with, I'm trying to think of a type of palm tree. I know nothing about palm trees because I can't grow them here because it'd be dead. But I guess there's a few kind of palm trees that they've kind of mixed through the generations that can handle winter weather, which we're talking about a north weather that's very cold climate, what we have here. You can ask, I think, if she's still out there. She's close. She even has worse winter than I have, which is near Toronto. Anywhere near Toronto, when you're going north or that way, it's extremely strong weather that a lot of plants, they won't survive outside. So you have to have like winterized plants and they won't still die off. That's part of their thing. That's why you have apple trees. They have to die off. They come back. They're cold weather plants. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. I just want to bring a picture of something if I can find it. Every year I call it my lettuce bin, and I try growing new lettuces. I have 3 in my greenhouse right now growing, 3 lettuces. Don't ask me that. One of them is really hard to pronounce, but this is the 7th type of lettuces I've worked with, and I'm going to really get into the tomato part of this. And there's a zillion tomatoes, so every year I try new things and how they grow, so I can come back and tell you what they were like for me. All right, it's a dark screen, but I'm just trying to grab an image that I was trying to tell you, because I was supposed to do a video on this. I wanted to show you something, and I just didn't do it. But on next Friday, it'll be all about, oh, there it is, red salad bowl lettuce I'm growing. I have it all here. I can see them now. All right, I'm looking for 2000. Oh, there, it's called update. Trying to figure out what I put it on. There it is, update 2000. This is just a picture I want to show you so I can get into what I want to talk about, but I can't. I want to get the picture here. You know, pictures show us, what is that? What's that saying? Pictures show 1,000 words. Like, I like doing this to show you things, because then you know it's my stuff I grew, and I like it. That's how I work. Okay, this is, let me see, is it going to show up? Yep, I got to shrink it. That is my salad bar. I have to show you in 1 minute. And this is from last year. There. Anywhere in there. I tried growing radishes in there, but it's funny. I experimented a lot last year with radishes. But this is last year. That's romaine lettuce. That's 3 different lettuces. You can see what they look like. Romaine is to the far right. I can't remember the other ones. Little gem lettuce. There's another one. But the point I'm making is, all this stuff has reseeded itself. I have now, not only do I have 3 sets in the house, which I got to find spots for, these are coming back. I see my romaine. So I look, and I don't hurry up and put dirt over this. I sit there and check to see what's growing. And now I have all these lettuces, and I even seen radish seeds. So radish seeds reseeded themselves. So in this bin right now, I have probably 2 types of lettuces reseeded themselves. I also had at one point in time a marigold in there, so I two marigold plants, and I also see, what did I say, radishes, 2 types of lettuce, and marigold, and they're all reseeded in there. So that's why I wanted to do a video and showing you, don't be such in a hurry to clean all your stuff out. because there is so much stuff that regrows. It does. It regrew. Matter of fact, I went to another container, a flower container, and I knew what grew in there, and I recognize weeds. So if you start to do gardening enough, you're going to recognize weeds, and you'll recognize what you've grown when it looks like it's small. And so actually in that container, the one plant container, I have Creeping Julie. I have 4 o'clocks reseeded themselves. So they have 3 of those coming up. I'm trying to think of what else I saw in there. Like, I just go around and I see things reseed. I see marigolds come back up. I see lettuce come back up. I see some of my flowers reseeded. I'm trying to think of, well, I got onions from last year and garlic coming up, but that's a give. Once you grow them, you can leave them in and they're going to come back up through the winter. So, yeah, it's kind of like, don't be in a hurry. Check out your stuff. Right now it's like the first week of May, and I already started checking the end of April. I didn't touch anything. I did not this needs more dirt in here. It sinks as the rain goes and it compacts the soil, that I need more here. But I wasn't in a rush to put more in here because I knew things would come up, because I checked last year and I found things last year came up. So right now what I do is I move them over separately, like I'm planting a new baby plant. And in time, sorry, I got to shut my alarm clock off. In time, you'll see all kinds of amazing things and amazing money. That was another thing. I went and bought some milkweed, okay? And it was another garden person that gave me this tip, and at first I went, oh, that sounds so silly. They did a big thing that made how to save money, that's what it was. I loved how they got attention to you. They said something about, a lot of places will not want you to know this secret. And I'm thinking, when I watched it, I went, well, a lot of people know this secret. I mean, wow, talk about a really cool thumbnail pulling people in to read their channel, like to read that thing. And the point was, which kind of made sense, is when you go buy a plant at a store, check the base of it. You're going to have baby seeds. So I did. I kind of, through that, went to buy 2 milkweed, and I looked at the plants, and then I went, he's right. I saw 2 little baby seeds, like 2 little plants. Besides the main milkweed, I paid like $10 each, so I got 2. But at the base of them, I saw 2 baby milkweed. So now I'm talking about 3 plants, and on the other one had 4. So you're talking about, technically, if I get those 6 plants, I will have 8 plants. As long as I take them apart and take care of the little baby milkweeds. Now I've paid money for 2 plants, and I gained, like I said, 6 more plants, which is really cool. I kind of giving you that suggestion out that lots of times, and it happens with me too, when you go to replant, they're so in a hurry, they're doing massive production, that sometimes seeds will fall in besides the main plant. You can actually save money, because now I got 3 plants out of one and 5 out of the other one. So I just thought I'd throw that tip out. When you're going to go buy plants at a store, just look at the base. Look around. Don't just take one. Look, and you might find that you might save money. You might have some baby plants growing in the same container, and now I paid $10 per plant. I mean, I saved, as far as I'm concerned, it's like, as long as I can get those 7 plants going, I've saved a lot of money, because I just gained 7 plants. So just a little tip. At first I thought it was kind of ridiculous how the guy pulled you in with this thing, but then it made sense when I saw it and I did it for myself. I went, he makes sense what he's doing here. Be observant, because a lot of people don't want to grow from a seed, and you're going to go buy a plant. Check the base. When you go buy flowers or even lettuce or anything, you will find some plants will give you more than 1 plant, is what I'm trying to say. And trust me, I think you'll remember this tip the next time if you go buy stuff, because I did. It just came to mind as soon as I saw it, and I kind of laughed and said, that guy made total sense. If it wasn't for him kind of reminding me of this, I never would have really looked deeply in the plant. I only looked at how healthy the plant was. I never took the time to look at the base of the plant at all. I don't know. I hope those tips help you. They kind of helped me. All right, so let's go back to doing a little bit of video here. I need to run. All right. Well, you have a good day. Thank you so much for joining me. So yeah, I will reiterate what I said before. If anybody has a plant and you want to send me a picture to the email, I'll put it up on the screen. We can all discuss it, and I can find the best solution for you, how to make it grow better. That's what I'd say. If I don't know it, I always research it. I research anything. Anybody asks me a question, I will tell you I don't know it, and I'll Google it, and we'll figure out what it says to make sense. Okay, that is my bin that I have to fix. The one there, I'm repeating it, but that garden bin goes all along my whole thing on my yard, and it's bowing out in the center, so we have to pull out the dirt and reinforce the center of that raised bed. Yeah, it looks pretty rough now. So I'm going to put some sound on. I'll be right back, but I'm going to give you the sound. Oh, it is on. Oh my God. Oh my God, the whole time the sound was on. That's funny. All right. All right, hey, let's get that off. All right, these are pictures from last year. These are not my garden right now, my backyard science, but it soon will be different. That's going to be a different gourd. I have 3 gourds going in there. That was a bottleneck gourd, and now I have Casabon gourd going in there. I got 3 of them going in. I have lots of changes, but I'll show you this year. I'll have a new thing set up for pictures for this year when I start growing them. It's still too early to see anything, but it's tidy. We've kept it tidy. We put, I don't know, like I said, I don't think people check out the videos, and yeah, I'm kind of putting them out there because I want you to show you what I've been doing. I put them out in videos, like the butterfly garden. If you check it out, I just wanted you to check that video out, all the videos, because I'm giving you hints, plus to show you what things look like now. And I like it. It's kind of like doing, you do your house and you do a picture of what your house looked like now, and then when you change it over to what it looks like after you did all the work, you're gonna think it's so cool. So that's kind of the same thing. These are all videos from last year, but the newer ones I have are showing you like what I'm doing step by step, how to do the butterfly garden. Just I show the fairy garden, but the word fairy garden was I wanted to show you the plants and my peach tree and just different things, which will change. Like I said, that's how good my gourd did. That was my #1 thing last year that I was really proud of, how crazy the gourd grew. Yeah, I am. I'm really excited about the butterfly garden part. Look, I'll talk gardening, any kind of garden. I am growing all kinds of things, but there. Stop. Can I stop the thing right here? Stop right there to the left. You're seeing. That's the butterfly garden right there. That area. See how tall it got to the left, far left. Now I'm going to leave that. I don't know if it'll replay it. I can't do it. But if you notice, I showed a bare screen that I was trying to show it because I'm really getting into this and I want to show you. I try to make a difference with nature. Of course, you'll see all kinds of gardening stuff I'm experimenting with. I always do. This is just me. I've always been experimenting. That's why I grow from seed. I could go to the store and buy a plant. It's simple. But I like to experiment to see how things grow and what I'm eating. And it came right from a tiny seed to this big, huge plant. All the stuff, I'm reaping the benefits now, by the way. So that section right there is when it was full grown. You can see it. You can see the zinnias. You can see the butterfly thing right there, just the side of it. I showed you the thumbnail is a box we built and put some dirt in it. Then I showed you how I decorated it and put new plants in it. Some are perennial, some were annual. All the flowers I grew, there were zinnias and asters. Just different plants. Marigolds were in there. I put a tomato plant in there. But anyways, all kinds of stuff. That's what it looks like. That's probably August. You can tell by how big the gourd was. That's late August, my garden. So late August, you're going to see things overwhelmingly flow. Is it too late to grow seeds in the Black Hills? What do you mean by the Black Hills and it's too late to grow things? Not at all. The thing is, though, it depends on your season there, Redneck. I start seeds, some seeds I could start now, but it will run late. They won't show up. But if you do, since you're saying the Black Hills, I would say if you do winter gardening, let's say you want to grow stuff that's going to maintain that can get through the winter all the way to October, you can still grow seeds now. I mean, most people are putting seeds outside. I just start mine inside because I want to be ahead of everything. But you can, if you started them now, and I don't know what the Black Hills, what that particularly means, because it's hills. Hills grow stuff. It depends on your soil and everything. So that's a little bit too general. I don't quite understand that, what you mean by Black Hills. But I don't see why not. I mean, you have to check the seeds, which are growing, the weather conditions. But for fall crops, a lot of people put fall crops in now too. They take a long time to come up anyways. Like if I put something like cabbage or something, I can start growing it now and I won't see it until the fall. Yeah, you're right, backyard. I've told David that too. I told David for sure. Let me see. I only see a little growth. I need to visit Home Depot to get several bags of. Where do we got? Miracle is garden best kept secret. They make an organic fertilizer also under. Yeah, you have to look. Trust me. I think I might have got it, by the way. Backyard Science. Trust me. I had to order. I found a Miracle Grow organic fertilizer, and I got it online. And that's what I was looking for, if I could find stuff like that, because I'm trying different things to feed. By the way, I have this feeling, but I don't know it for a fact. There's so many projects that I have on the go. I want to tell you that if you take compost, make a compost tea, that is a really good fertilizer. That might be all you need. I don't know yet, though. I haven't tried to experiment, but I watch channels, and some of the channels tell me they don't add any kind of fertilizer to stuff. They take the composting they have, make a tea, which to make a tea is you fill up a bunch of water, let it sit for 24 hours to get the chlorine out of it, fluoride chlorine. After 24 hours, it kind of evaporates. Then you add compost to that, and then you need to stir it. I don't have a machine that kind of adds air to it and it stirs it, but you can stir it, leave it sit. I'm doing it this year to try. So it's going to be a big garbage pail, a clean garbage pail full of water. And then you put the compost to it, so much cups to compost. Then you stir it and leave it sit for 48 hours. That's your fertilizer. And that's all you need. That's some gardeners just swear by that you don't have to go buy any Miracle Grow crap. And I call it crap because some of the stuff is all kinds of chemicals in it. And I won't use that on my stuff. But they do, like you said, I found an organic Miracle Grow, and it's the Miracle Grow is tiny name. It's really tiny on the bag, and I saw it there. But you can't buy it just anywhere. Trust me, I've been looking for different things, and you can't go to just any store. Home Depot, Home Hardware. Well, we have Home Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, all that stuff. A lot of it does not have this stuff. A lot of it, all the stuff that's fertilizer, are all chemicals. So sometimes you got to pay a little more money to get better stuff. And that's what I'm going to say. You got to search around. And I'm working with something else. Kind of like I want to tell you all kinds of stuff that I'm working with, but if I don't prove that it works right, I have a hard time with that. Feeding the plant is the game changer. Whatever works best. Yeah, it sounds like this compost seed would be good as well. Yeah, I think that it's going to work well. I just don't. It's kind of like telling you my ideas, but I'll tell you what I want to do to tomatoes in a different way. that I ordered. I don't want anybody to try any of the stuff I'm telling you now. I don't want you to try until I try it, and then I'll come back and tell you. I'm the person that likes experimenting, and I'm hearing people listen to me, and they're doing things. But all I'm asking is, let me show you they work, then try it, because I don't want you to wreck your stuff if it doesn't work. At least I'm risking it, and then I can go back and say yes. So I'll tell you. Yeah, interest is, yeah, that's what I want. I want to show results. I don't want to just say it. So I'll tell you, this is what I want to do for container gardening. Okay, please don't try it until I try it, and then I'll come back and tell you that it works. All right, especially this recipe is for tomatoes, but I think I'm going to try it on all kinds. Besides that, there is, let's say you're growing tomatoes in a 5-gallon pail or a bigger one than that. You need to sit there and put some fertilizer in it. So I'm experimenting. I've never used cow manure. I'm trying cow manure this year. Cow manure is putting in my tomato bed I just made this year. But in smaller containers, what I plan on adding... Yeah, that's part of fun. Absolutely. So in smaller containers, I'm going to... let me picture I'm building it, and then I'll do videos or something to back it up or talk to you about it. But I'll put the normal organic soil in the bottom. Then in the center, I will be adding, I already ordered it, I didn't get it yet, calcium nitrate. I will be adding, because tomatoes need a lot of calcium. Eggshells is not going to cut it alone. So calcium nitrate, I'm getting Epsom salt, which is magnesium. And the third one is fish bone meal. I'm order all of them. I just don't have them right now. So you're going to be adding probably a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of each one of them. So you put the soil on the bottom, those 3 things under there. Then you come back, put more soil, plant your tomato, water it nicely, and just keep an eye on it. Once every so many weeks, then you will come back with, this is the organic fertilizer I found from Miracle-Gro, and you will give it some of that. So now I've already even strengthened the soil. Of normal soil does not have enough for a lot of things like tomatoes. Anything that's a high feeder, it's going to suck out all the nutritional value that you could get a fantastic bag of soil. It has everything in it, but eventually it's depleted by the tomato. It's sucking it all in. You need to put stuff back to it. That's what I've learned by watching all the stuff that I've grown in a container. So I'm thinking, I don't know if this will work, but that's what I want to try. I want to try, like I told you, the 3 of those plus a regular fertilizer. And then if I could find, my favorite one to try is a slow releasing fertilizer. Yeah, fish bone is, I don't have it yet. I ordered 2 bags of it and I didn't get it yet. I do have bone meal. Matter of fact, I'm trying experiments all the time. The lawn looked terrible, okay? I want to tell you, I know I'm going back to the lawn, but my husband, is this going to sound bad? But I was going to say men in their lawn, and I'm more the garden type. But he's right. The lawn should look nice. If I'm going to do all these flowers and make everything good, I need to make the lawn look nice. So I said, let's do this. You're not allowed to use any chemicals on the lawn, but I will help you along the way. So I bought him a tool because it was cheaper to buy the tool because I got it $70, and we put holes. We aerated the whole lawn because there's signs on a lawn. The dandelion, I've already said the last time I was live streaming, but dandelion tells you that your lawn is compressed, and it also tells you that you're lacking in calcium. Believe it or not, weeds kind of are helpful. And then you have the clover that tells you you're low in nitrogen when you see clover growing in your grass. The other weeds I'm not sure about, but I just know about these 2 the more I've I do a lot of research. Like I said, I start digging in, and so I aerated it first. I got a tool. We went through the whole yard and put holes all in it. Because I used to watch growing up and I went, why are they doing that? It looked, no offense, but it looked like poop. Like it looked like dog poop all over your yard, and I didn't know what they were doing a long time ago. And so in order to let your ground be less compressed, you need to add holes to it so that it has room to expand. So that's what we did. We put holes in it. The next thing I tried was, because I know it's low in nitrogen, like I said, for the clover, and I know it's low in calcium, I got bone meal, and I'm trying that. So we got I used 2.5 bags of bone meal and put it all over my front yard and backyard. Now we're waiting to the rain, and we're waiting to see what happens to what I've done so far. And if nothing happens, then I'll work on some other kind of way to fix it. But I'm just fixing it on a logical way. What's going on? Oh, that's how to do it. I worked for a golf course too. Did you? Did you do that? So what did you add? So that's what I'm doing, Patrick. This is experiments, and then I can come back and tell you how it worked. I was trying to do a video to show you the ground, but I'm always doing stuff all the time, so I just don't have time to grab my camera. So it's kind of like I like doing videos to show you. I didn't put them out there just so I could watch them myself. I put them to show you, here it is. I kind of like, isn't it pictures speak 1,000 words? When I can tell you, people can tell you all sorts of stuff. All over the internet, gardeners that have millions of views and tell you all kinds of stuff. Until the only gardener I respect, and I watch lots of them, is the ones that show me where they started something, how they did it, and they show you the end result of what it looks like. That's the gardeners I trust. I know they know what they're talking about. They're showing you it. That's how I am. I'm a type of person that want to show you. I want to film the garden, how crappy my front yard looked. It had dandelions and all kinds of crap. I could tell it was thick and hard, and so we aerated it. We put the bone meal, which, like I said, bone meal has nitrogen and calcium, the two things that obviously miss in my yard, and I'm trying to replenish my yard back for nutrients that are healthy and safe. Because right now in Canada, and I'm thankful they did that, they made it against the law to buy fertilizers that are like basically poisonous, that kill all kinds of stuff off. My husband doesn't like it because he used to like that worked, but so now a lot of Canadians go across to the States and buy that poisonous, I call it poisonous fertilizers, and I refuse to do that. I am going to get this yard looking good so I, to my neighbors, can show you, see, you don't need to spray all this crap on your yard. Look here it is. And that is my ultimate goal, honestly. Anything I grow and video you guys, to educate you guys on it, and what I've learned, just passing it through my channel. But I pass it through my neighbors. I show my neighbors what I'm doing. Seriously, all the stuff, the butterfly, they can see what I'm physically doing outside. They can watch me. They do watch me. And so I'll bring some of my neighbors in my backyard and show them what I'm growing. I was just showing my son-in-law to show him this is this, and eat it. Have some chives. They come back every year. Like, just educate. I don't know. It's just something built into me. I could hoard this all to myself, not do a video channel, or not do videos, not say anything to anybody, and just know what I'm doing. But I don't want to do that. I kind of want to help people. I mean, if anybody I help that improves your gardening, that's what I'm here for. That's what I like. I like teaching. I like learning. So that's what I'm going to tell you. Patrick, if you're still listening to me, what do they put on grass? And I don't want any chemical stuff, but because he's saying that I'm doing it right. That's what they do at a golf course. So is there something else they would add that's it's got to be non-chemical. Like, I want no chemicals to my stuff. None of it. It's going to be all free, my whole yard. But I want it to look nice for my husband's sake. You know, like I told you, I'm stressing that I'm more the flower, the garden, food, butterflies, stuff like that. But I'm not the land, the grass part. But I'm learning to be better at it. And like I said, I'm kind of determined. I worked freaking hard. We worked hard putting holes in this with one little tool, and, you know. So I don't know if you're still there, like I said, Patrick, but if you have any advice on that, and you worked for a lawn place, I would love for you to tell me what you used. In the meantime, I stayed paused at that because I wanted to show you the butterfly area. Like I said, my brain's all over the place because I got lots of stuff I want to get done. And I'm really proud of it. That's, like the gourds. I kept talking about the gourds that are on that fence. I kept talking every time I did a live stream how proud I was. That was the flower or the plant I loved this year that did the best last year, not this year. And this year, I'm really working on this butterfly garden, so I keep repeating it over and over, but I kind of want to show you the steps. So I did the first video that I released last Friday. As I do more, I'll put another one out. And anybody ever interested in learning how to grow a butterfly to repopulate the monarch butterfly, which that's another thing. Anybody new to my channel or doesn't know that of me, that I've raised monarch butterflies for the last 3 years. This will be number 4. And so I just have that connection. So this is kind of what I wanted to do with nature and do this butterfly garden. I didn't have to do it. This is costing me out of pocket lots of money to do this, and physical labor, but I want to do it because it's my way before I leave the planet of doing something good for our area. And so it's kind of cool. I hope it works. I'm trying to put milkweed in there and different flowers, zinnias I'm going to do for sure in there. Anything that a butterfly likes. And hopefully I'll get more eggs, and then I can hatch them to protect them and do it a different way. That's just something I love. I mean, like I said, and everything's on my channel to prove the stuff I do. If you want to know how to do something and if it works, it's there to educate you and show you what, little steps along the way. I was doing videos and somebody came back and they were really nice to give me their comment about you should talk through your videos. Well, some of them don't. We use sand after, oh, do you? That's a good idea. We use sand after aerating. Is it too late to put sand way after? That's interesting. Sand. That would keep the moisture in. I could see that making sense too. Yeah, I'm going to get sand, but I was going to use it on something else. By the way, sand is, I don't know this is for a fact because I didn't use it yet, but I'm going to be doing a lot of propagations. No, I like it. So, do you just put sand all over? No chemicals. I like it, Patrick. I'll have to talk to my husband about it. Like you're saying, kind of do you just do a topsoil, like just, sand, I don't know if it won't work in a spreader, but do you just take a couple bags and just spray it all over the ground? That is interesting. I really want to know about that one. If I add some, because sand is funny. It works very differently in other things. I was trying to kill off gnats in my house, and I tried tons of things. And right now I'm working on a sulfur spray to see if that works. But all the stuff did not kill gnats. And one of them was sand, that I was told to use sand. And it was great. But the bad part is it was so weighed down on my plants that I almost lost a few plants because those plants didn't react very good to sand, and it was holding moisture in, which was not good for certain plants. Other plants didn't mind it. So I actually almost killed my indoor plants over using sand. So I have to be careful with that. But on the grass, I don't know. That sounds like an interesting thing that maybe to try. Sorry, I'm going to continue playing this. Yeah. So spread it thin all over the yard. Okay. I had nothing to, but I didn't do it right after. But you know what, Patrick? I'm going to try. I don't have nothing to lose. What if I did the sand? I'd probably aerate it again. I've already aerated. You're supposed to aerate a lawn twice a year. You're supposed to do it in the spring, and you redo it in the fall. That's all you got to do. Meaning put holes in your ground for twice a year, which is not like a big deal, really. It's a lot of work when you're doing it the day you do it, but it took us, with the tool, we took about 2-3 days doing it all. Like we took a rest, and did it, and got it all done. And so the sand, I'll have to talk to him. The sand sounds like a really good idea. I want it to look like a golf course. I want it to people to go, oh my God, what did you do? This is what I'm dreaming of. What did you do to your lawn to make it look so nice? And now we can come out and say what we did and help people out. So, but like I said, I have to have a nice looking yard to say how people come and ask us. Trying to see the different things in here. That rose bush didn't make it this year, but I want to tell you, that's another thing that affects plants. What happened was, I know someone that cleaned up an oil spill in their yard with kitty litter, and it was the nicest patch of grass in their yard. Oh yeah? They used kitty litter. I know someone that cleaned up an oil spill in their yard with kitty litter. Huh. So did they pick up the kitty litter after, or they just put it down? That's interesting, Red. I kind of like that. That's a cool one too. Because cat litter is kind of, I think, a natural thing. It doesn't have anything in it. I mean, I don't know what cat litter is truly made up of. I'm not sure what it's got in it. I don't know. I never really looked. I have kitty litter in my house because of my cat, and I never checked what the chemicals are. Hopefully, there's nothing in it that's not safe. for your cat. So, let's see. Oh, that's what I was going to do. There's a part here. I wonder if I can go back. I wanted to show you what happened to something. They use cheap kitty litter made of clay for sure. Oof, I don't want to. Clay is really hard on everything to grow that. Kitty litter is just clay. Okay. Which I don't want to really put a whole bunch of clay in my yard. Not really. I'm even leery about sand, but I thought it was interesting. Look, okay, what happened? Am I playing this? Right, there's a part where I wanted to show you something to do with my rose bush. It died, and I'm trying to pause it right when I show you what I'm talking about. Hi, MT. Some is just bentonite clay. Some of others just have additives. Yeah. Clay. See, a lot of stuff doesn't grow in clay. That's why I'm a little bit leery on that. Because you have a garden full of clay, you have to amend your soil because clay is extremely hard to work in. There, that tree to the right, that rosebush tree. I had it for 2 years and it died this year. And the reason it died was air got to the root part of it. So that right there, that my lawn container, we have to dig it out and put a brace inside of it because it's bowing. So the dirt dropped, and right there is where that rose bush is, and it died. And I know that when air gets into your roots of certain plants, or I should say lots of plants, or maybe all plants, it'll kill a plant off. Like when you're planting, you're supposed to make sure it's compact in there. There's no air pockets inside your dirt, or it'll kill off the plant. It'll affect the roots and kill the plant off. And that's what happened here. That thing dropped, and that poor root's probably got all kinds of air when the whole thing dropped, and my rose bush is dead now. Just thought that's a little pointer to tell you that, you know, when you're planting, be careful of that, the air between the soil and the roots. You got to be careful. Yeah, they did clean up the kitty litter for the most part, but you know darn well there was stuff left behind. Yeah, probably a little bit. Yeah, probably a little bit. Interesting, though. You know, all that stuff, I have no problem with trying it out. That's what I did. I actually was working with, last year I did, and actually some parts, it didn't take it away. I was trying to get rid of Creeping Charlie. My channel, oh my God, I must have been annoying people. For the last 2 years, all I did was 3 years, since I had this channel, so this channel is about 3 years old. I was talking about Creeping Charlie every year. It was driving me crazy how evasive Creeping Charlie is. Even researched Creeping Charlie to find out that actually it's an edible that the Indians used to use for medical purposes, and it's still an issue. So I tried to learn how to kill it off. I was using vinegar baking soda and vinegar, and I was trying all kinds of home remedies to try to kill this stupid Creeping Charlie off, and none of this worked. That's why I'm saying it, because it was like I would have been bragging about if it worked, but none of it did. Yeah, you know what I would do though? You could try, but I would just, this is what I do, Redneck. Don't do your whole yard, because now you're going to wreck your whole yard, whatever doesn't work. I would just take that, see that section right here? That's what it reminds me of. That section right in front of this bed had lots of Creeping Charlie. That is where I experiment. I just took one small patch and I worked my not chemicals, I guess, I don't know if you want to call vinegar a chemical, but I worked the solutions right in there to see if it works. I've tried, you know what, it's weird. I have tried soap, vinegar, baking soda, all the stuff that people give you home remedies to, and a lot of that did not work. It was terrible. If anything, if you put too much soap, you'll kill your plants off. That's what I learned. I was trying to do the gnats and see, somebody told me use soap water to kill the gnats off. I use soap water. Now the soap water is getting into the plants. They're not happy, and I almost kill plants off of soap water. So, you know, people say a lot of things. I've experimented with a lot of things, and I know that soap, you have to be very careful. I did it. I sprayed my thing outside in the backyard with a soap solution. And that, like I said, was killing my plants off. The soap and vinegar combination with water, it was terrible. So I'm not telling you guys to do that because I tried it and it did not work. I've been saying how good neem oil is. That's for sure a really good one that I talk about. Neem oil is like spectacular stuff to work with as long as you about, like I said, I think I have a 10-gallon thing and I used about 2 tablespoons of neem oil. The stuff smells like heck, but I used a sprayer and I sprayed my stuff and I didn't do it in direct sunlight because you'll burn it. It's an oil. And it worked. It helped bring back actually my rose bushes. The beans got better. Just certain things that the aphids were killing off, and that spray worked. And I did it only twice within the season, and I know it works. So, so that's what I kind of recommend. If you want to try kitty litter, then I would just put it tiny in a little section, and if it works, it'll be that obvious. You'll see the one section look really nice. And if it doesn't make any difference, then you've learned that also too, that it didn't wreck your yard by not doing the whole yard, and you saw the difference in it. Okay, what else I got here? Well, that's my Cleome. It's this one. I gotta get some more coffee. Oh, I didn't do beets. Red beets. You know what I learned by red beets? This is what I learned by them. That mix is only supposed to be in a... What? That mix is only supposed to be in a cut bottle. Never heard of trying to put on plants. Oh, yeah, you do. Then you don't know what you're reading, MT, because yes, I have. When I started learning all these recipes, where do you think I got them? I got them from people online saying that this is what you do with them, and it doesn't work. All right, let me see what you got. Complete dead spots in our yard because of the high winds and the winter storms. Blew over the shed with my bad back. I cannot lift them up right away. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I was going to say what I noticed about beets, just because this one's a beet one, I forgot. When I got these growing, I put them outside. Beets, I don't know, they didn't like direct sun. If anything, they didn't grow that great in direct sun. I'm going to move beets to an off, like lettuce. I know where lettuce grows now. Lettuce grows in direct sunlight, and I have it in the south end of my yard. Beets is another one that I found, and radishes. If you put them into, and spinach, if you grow them into high sun, they take off and they just grow to seed. So beets were the same thing. Beets to me need to be grown in more of a south position of your yard. That's what I learned, that they didn't grow good in a high sunny area. They didn't do that great. Yeah, the same with spinach. I put spinach in the sun and it just went into seed. Yeah, so you have a flown shed, do you? Oh. I need some. Okay, I have had bad luck with lettuce here. Yeah, you know what? That I already can answer that to you. If lettuce and all that bolts, you're putting it into too hot of an area, David. That's the answer, and I'm telling you 100%. You got to move it somewhere where it's not in direct sun. Hey, thanks, Eve. David, you need to put lettuce. I've learned this because trust me, I've put lettuce all over the place. Hey, I actually said good day to Film, Family, Kitchen, and Garden. Thank you for joining me, my darling friend, and thank you, Eve, for the donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. David, lettuce, I know for a fact, 100% fact. If you are putting lettuce in the sun, lettuce, spinach, radishes, they all like indirect sunlight. I thought when I did that lettuce bin there, I thought I would not be able to grow anything because it's not in direct sun and it's kind of shady. And I looked and I went, oh, I don't know if I'll grow anything. And you know that I've been growing lettuce for 3 years now, and I call that my lettuce bin. That never has direct sun on it ever, and it grows the best lettuce. So you do not want to put any lettuce, spinach, any beets, lettuce, spinach, radishes. I'm just going by me. That indirect sun it's just going to bolt. They want a cooler spot, and they won't bolt. They won't bolt at all. And I'm not sure what you said you're having trouble with everything. I don't know what you're doing there, David. A lot of people grow things in the sun because you think that that's the perfect place for plants, but it's not always. Sometimes you got to move it away. Lots of plants do not need direct sun. I can tell you plants that work with direct sun or a little less than direct. That's rhubarb. Rhubarb is doing really well in high sun. But I also have it kind of in a shady area, and the rhubarb does pretty good, but it does really good in high sun. Rhubarb. Some plants really love direct high heat, and some are going to bolt for you. And bolting means turning into seed, and you got to get it out of there. It's just what it is. I have showed you. I've grown lettuce in my house, in the greenhouse. I'm growing it. I've grown it outside, different spots in my yard, and learned that the best spot was the south. Putting it to the south where it's shady somewhat and cooler is what you're going to get lettuce without it bolting. So these are the tricks. You can even put them in containers. I didn't do a video on that, but I've showed you guys that. If it gets hot pretty quickly, yeah. Well, thanks, Redneck. Thank you very much for that too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. No problem. Have a great day, guys. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. If you know me well enough, and then I like gardening, and I know what I'm talking about. I'm always here when I live stream to answer questions that I can help you, or I'll research them, or somebody else always has an answer to help me out. So thank you. Thank you, the Redneck. I appreciate that. Yeah, anything to do with garden issues you want, come back. Oh, you came back? Welcome back there, Bill. Welcome back. Yeah, guys, any kind of info you want help on the gardening field, and I know or don't have any. I even tell you, like I said, I don't tell you stuff I don't know. If I've never tried it before, I'll tell you I've never tried it before. I don't know, but this is what I suggest, what I would do. And those things that I'm really strong on, I'm telling you why I'm strong, because I know for a fact I did this stuff, and I know that it works or it doesn't work, and it's fun because I like watching what people say on different channels and the people believing things that they hear, and I shake my head that you trust the guy that says this stuff, and you have 1 million views, and you need to try it first, and then you'll find out it doesn't work what they're telling you. But hey, I shouldn't do that. I'm knocking some. I don't mean to do that, but it just kills me to feel like confident in what I do and go to a channel that people are so believing in what these other channels are doing, and they're not even telling you the truth. They're doing it for views. So it makes me laugh. But I'll shut up and drink my coffee. That's what I'll do. Thank you very much again, though. I don't know if you left, Redneck. Thank you so much for the donation, Eve. Thank you so much. Any questions you got? Shoot them. How about, is there any kind of plant you're thinking of growing? I mean, I'd like to hear that. Is there anything that you'd like to try growing? Well, thank you, Patrick. I enjoy your channel. Glad I found you. Thank you so much, Patrick. And if you, please, I really do appreciate, it's not that I think you know what you're talking about, so you make it sound good. I did. You're so funny, Redneck. I'm going to smack you later. Trust me, it works. And I don't even say that because I'm freaking, if it didn't work, I'll tell you. So I guess I consider myself very honest about things. You know, whether you agree with my point of view, that's totally different. That's probably quite possible you don't. But I can stay strong on what I feel I know because I've done it, you know. You're funny, Redneck. So anyways, what I was going to say is truly, if you know anybody that's interested in what I talk about to do with staying on the fact of gardening, because that's my channel, I would love to have them here. So if there's, you know, if anybody, you know, somebody that has trouble with some kind of plant or anybody, please send them my way. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help with gardening side of it. So, and if not, I still love you all, and I really appreciate and respect you all. And thank you for listening to me babble. That, to you, it could be just babble. If you don't like gardening, you're not going to know what I talk about. But the friendship is always nice, too, to have new friends. You know, but I think that if you listen to me enough, maybe there's some point in time that you know I know what I'm talking about. Oh, see, I was going to say south side, and you said it before I typed it. Oh, cool, Patrick. Thank you. I feel like Patrick's new to my channel, and Patrick likes gardening, obviously, and thank you, Patrick, that I'm getting backed up here. I appreciate that. You know, and I don't think I'd be saying stuff that I didn't try. If I didn't try it, I'd say, well, I'll have to try it first, and then I'll see what I think about it, you know? I didn't know if I could grow a gourd. Gourds were the thing that the last few years I kept saying, I want to grow a gourd. I'm a crafter, so I want to take the gourds and I want to design my gourds into decorative pots or whatever I want to do with it. And so I went, I was determined last year, talking about it for over 2 years of that, I am going to grow gourds. I want to know if I can do it, and then I'll do something with it. Oh, geez, I feel so much better now. I'm actually just teasing. I trust you more than a doctor for the cure. That's funny. That's funny, Redneck. Thank you. I'm going to say thank you, I think. Yeah, it gets me in trouble. Sometimes I tell you, I'm bluntly honest, and sometimes people get hurt and they'll never come back to me, but, you know, time will tell. Time will tell the test of time if if you enjoy what I talk about, and, you know, if you don't think it's right, then you can say, well, no, it didn't work for me. But I'll tell you this much, if I know it didn't work, I'm going to stomp on you and say, no, you're wrong. I have videos to show you it. I can prove it to you. I think it's hilarious, though. Matter of fact, I got some parcels in here. It says expedited parcel. I'm hoping that this is one of my dirt. I should open this and see. This is, I've been waiting for calcium nitrate and a few things. Let me see. So I got a box, and it sounds like what it is. I can't wait. I'm going to open the box and tell you if that's what it is. The stuff I want. Like I said, sometimes I have to pay a little more to try stuff because I can't get access to it. I see a lot of cool things that are in the States that I would try, but unfortunately we don't have them here, and it's hard. I want to see where this came from. This probably came from the States. What's this? Where did it come from? Oh, it came from Quebec. Okay. Well, the stuff I bought came from Quebec. I need scissors, but I'm pretty sure that this is what I'm opening. I want to open it up and tell you. All right, let's see. I know it doesn't sound that exciting, me opening a box. And by the way, I will reiterate, I don't have a camera that works very well on my two computers, and I get frustrated with trying to put a camera on. So I went, nope, you gotta love me the way I am. I was visiting another garden channel, and I try to go on for Earth Day, the channel. I was on there for about 2 seconds. They saw me, and then I couldn't stay on. So I went, well, this is irritating to me. I have no patience when it comes to cameras. Oh my goodness! Whoa! This is a big container. Oh, they really wrapped it up nice. All right, let's see which one this is. There it is! Calcium! No, calcium, oh my God. This wasn't cheap, okay? I want to tell you that, but it's 4 pounds. So if you can finish 4 pounds in a container of calcium nitrate, I'm so excited. This is one of the things I'm waiting for. I can get that, and I'm still missing the fish bone meal, but I got it. Calcium nitrate, yay! Oh my God, it's so exciting. So I want to tell you, it's in the garden world. Some of this stuff is not cheap. This container is 4 pounds. It's called, let me see. I want to get the high yield calcium nitrate, and it costs me $45.14 for this. $45.14 for this calcium nitrate. But I want to try this to see if it's going to help my issue. Oh, they even gave me a 35% discount on $100. Okay. They gave me all kinds of cards. Boy, did they like my business. They wrapped it nice, so it's in a plastic container, wrapped with their business cards, and then into another box. So this was wrapped like gold, and it's a big plastic container. You can hear it, see? Interesting. It's pellets. Thought it was going to be powder. But, and it's got pictures of fruits all over it. Anyways, yeah. Oh, did you? No, it doesn't surprise me paying that. But you want to have good stuff. You want to grow really good. Sometimes, if I could find cheaper ways to tell you how to grow things, I'll tell you. I might even find the solution, but I don't have it yet. I feel that if I do this, like a lot of gardeners are telling you that you don't have to buy fertilizer. If you get, like I told you, that composting tea done, and you water everything with the composting tea, apparently a lot of them do not use any kind of fertilizer or anything once they have that. But again, I never tried it yet, so I don't want to say the ultimate thing. This one's going to be cool though. I can't wait to try it. So I'm going to have the calcium nitrate. These are all, I bought these specifically for garden containing this year because I want to work with how to grow things in containers, because a lot of people don't have a lot of land. A lot of people live in apartment buildings. A lot of people have small areas, and I just want to so if you put different stream salt on it, could it get to run? Seems that OBS is trying to. Yeah, I know, MT. I don't have no patience. You know how I am with this stuff. I don't have patience with the computer right now to learn the camera again or fiddle with it. It is what it is. I'm happy talking to you guys. I'm happy to show you some videos of what I've grown, just the way it is. So anyways, I'm excited to, like I said, it's going to be calcium nitrate. It's going to be, what I said, Epsom salt. And I'm looking for fish bone meal, which I put on order at home. We have Home Hardware. We have home. You guys have Home. Wait a minute. Yeah, Home Depot is. We both have Home Depot, but I don't believe Home Hardware you have. It's a Canadian company, and I ordered 2 bags of that. No, it's called composting tea. It's made. I don't have the right amount of. Let me fiddle with this. I'll tell you what I'm doing, but I don't have the right amount what I'm doing yet. But you take. This is what I plan on doing. You take a garbage pail. You know, the smaller garbage pails. I'm going to fill that with water. It's going to sit for 24 hours to get the chloride out of it. After that, I'm going to add compost. I bought it. I don't have enough compost because I'm working on that too. I kind of redid a composting container, but I don't have a lot of space. So I just work out of a small container. So I bought composting, organic compost I got. So I'm going to use a bag of organic compost. I'm going to add like a cup or so many cups to that water. Just keep stirring it. And there is a machine designed for this that adds air to it to stir it. But I'm not buying that because this is an experiment and I'm already spending enough money. Then I add the compost to the water. Keep stirring it over two days. So it's got to sit for 48 hours. And you stir it every so often throughout the day for 48 hours. Then 48 hours come, and then you take that water into a watering jug, which has hopefully no sprouts. You're going to have an open jug because you're going to clog it with the dirt, or I want to say with the compost is chunky. So you just take the shower lid part off of it and just put an open hole really wide and water the heck out of all your stuff with that. That is the fertilizer. If you don't have to water it every day, but if you want to water it every so many days, a couple times a week, 3 times a week, with that water, and then you come back with the hose water, depending on how high it is, like how hot it is outside, that's what I plan on doing. And I might not have to use this nitrate, calcium nitrate, and magnesium, and fish oil. I might not do that again. I might just be happy with using and growing with the composting tea, which is a lot cheaper to do that. Yeah. I'd love to pickle them. Yeah, wait a minute. He said, use the tea mix, let it soak into the soil. Make sure you water your garden afterwards. That's what I would do. Yeah, that's kind of makes sense, Patrick. You could water it a little bit after, but I don't even know if you need to really water it because compost doesn't hurt you. That's kind of a natural fertilizer, but I know watering it down is probably, when you water it, you're going to thin it out, I guess I want to say, but I don't think it's going to hurt it. Like Patrick, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to water it down, but I don't think it's going to hurt what you're saying. I don't think it's going to hurt to water it down. You'll be diluting it. That's the word I want to say. I think you'd be diluting the stuff, but it should still work. I love to pickle them. What are we loving to pickle? So that's what I'm going to try different things. That's the way I roll. Like I said, I'm really curious to see this stuff, the 3 things, because I saw somebody tell you to do this. This calcium nitrate and all these 3 things we're told to use on tomatoes only. Well, they used it on tomatoes. I shouldn't say use it on tomatoes only. They used it on tomatoes, and they said it made a big difference using these 3, and then you come back with once a week giving it, matter of fact, they ordered that, the Miracle Grow organic fertilizer. So you're supposed to use these 3 things and you come back and water it, and the tomatoes do really well with this. So I can't wait. These are all experiments to come back and say, yeah, it worked or not worked. But calcium's not going to hurt anything. That's actually a lot of things. I mean, I could put this on the ground. It's going to help my ground out, actually. So I won't waste any of this stuff I'm buying. I'll use it somewhere else. If it doesn't work the way I think it's going to work. It's fun. I'm just telling you this, container gardening is, I want to do this for people. The container gardening is kind of like to help you guys out that can't have a yard. If I can show you how to grow stuff that you get a tremendous amount more than a little bit in a container, I think I'd be really happy. Hi, Cliff. Really happy about that it worked, So, like I said, I'm going to try that. I don't even know if I'll put it into a video right away, but I already have my pot set out, and I've started to grow, well, it's actually a nice size. It's about 3 inches tall. They're called, hang on a minute, I got to think, spoon tomatoes. So they're called spoon tomatoes. They're really cute. And the side of the tomato are going to be really tiny. They're like, you can put a whole bunch on a spoon. So they're way tinier than cherry tomatoes, and I can't wait to try them because they're like almost like a berry. And I'm working on a video how to grow those, but I'm going to also take that and experiment within one of the containers using this stuff and see what happens to my plant, if I get more tomatoes or not. I mean, I actually have to get more. I was even thinking of getting some grow bags because people have said that grow bags work really good. I don't have any, And I was talking to my husband. I said, maybe I should get some grow bags and try that for container gardening and see my opinion on if a grow bag works really nice. Because I don't have any right now. And I'm thinking, I just picture this, getting a bunch of grow bags, and then when the season's done, like I'll put the dirt behind my fence in the garden, wash the bags down, and put them away for storage. That's the only way I will eat them, Eve. Did I miss, what are we, you said I love to pickle them. What are we talking about? Just curious. I'm talking a lot here and I missed out what, you said that's the only way I will eat them, Eve. And so we're talking about growing pickles? Or what are we pickling? That's what I want to know. Eve's a very good cook, so I'm not sure what we're talking about. Are we talking about beets? Pickled beets? I don't know. I love pickled beets. Actually, that's my favorite way to eat if we're talking about beets because of the video. Let me switch this up a little bit. Looks like it might rain. I was hoping to get, I have to put 5 more things of topsoil. It's too low in my tomato bed. And then I'm getting a whole bunch of topsoil for the butterfly garden. So I need that too. That's what I want to load. That's my next stage outside, is to load topsoil more into my tomato bed, which I already put a whole bunch of stuff in already. And then I'm going to, yeah. I know what they are now, Cliff, and no, I never had them. And I last year somebody told me about fiddleheads, and I didn't. They actually kind of look cool. That's a cool one to grow, Cliff. Thank you, because I've never tasted them before. I would try that. Last year, people made me aware of what a fiddlehead was because I never knew what it was, and I know now what they look like. And I've never eaten them, and it'd be interesting to grow. They're not on my list to grow, but I would grow them, Cliff, and taste them. I've never had them before. Has anybody, obviously Cliff's must have had fiddlehead. Anybody ever tried fiddlehead before? And I'll show a picture of it because I know, like I said, I didn't know last year what this was, but I know what it is now from last year talking about it. I think they kind of look cool, really. Eve, did you ever make fiddleheads before? I'll show you what they look like if you guys don't know what Cliff is talking about. They look kind of really interesting, and I wonder if they taste. They're making it look nice. I see the recipes here, so I'm going to give a picture of what a fiddlehead looks like, and I think that's cool, Cliff. I don't mind showing stuff like that either. Okay, there's my garden. Let's grab my picture that I just uploaded. All right, that is a fiddlehead in case nobody knows what it looks like. So, there we go. I'm going to go check my chat now. When I'm doing this stuff, I don't see what you're typing at all. I have to kind of go back in. So let's see. Has anybody grown them before? Oh, do they taste like spinach? Got to clean them really good. Oh yeah. So they got to clean them really good. They're out right now. Oh, are they? So they come out in the springtime? They almost taste like spinach. Why? Well, that's interesting. I don't know if I got time to grow it this year, but Cliff, I would probably try stuff like this. Like I said, I just didn't think about it because I have 30 plants. I wonder if Baker's Creek, which I really like that place, that's why I'm ordering it, but I don't order all my seeds from there. Excuse me, Baker's Creek, but let's see if they got fiddlehead seeds. Because I love the company. Baker's Creek is out of the United States, and I'm Canadian. And I absolutely love the way this is. If your order doesn't come in, they send you more seeds again. I really do, and I'm not getting anything from them. And yet I love this. It's a little more pricey for me to get from the States, but I actually like their seeds. And everything that I grew so far, a couple of them, I don't blame them. Some things don't, what's the word I want to do? Most of the seeds grew lots of flowers, whatever. They did really good. And very little germinated. Like very little that I had trouble with germinating. But I think it's the seed itself. It has nothing to do with getting the seeds from Baker's Creek. It's just a type of plant. Some of them take, when you germinate, you're not going to get 100% germinate. Right? I don't know. I've heard people say that, and I went, I'm not going to argue with them, but that's not true. Right, fiddlehead. Let's see. No, they don't have it at Baker's Creek. All right, so where do we go? Yeah, beets are good pickled. That's what we're talking about. Okay. It's the sprout of the ostrich fern. I wish I can't get the seed. Yeah, fiddleheads are the sprout of an ostrich fern. Oh, okay, cool. Fiddleheads are part of an ostrich fern. Cool. Also, I have to order an ostrich fern, is what you're saying? I don't know. I can't find seeds. Well, it's cool though. Maybe one year I will grow something like that. We'll see. Maybe next year. I do a list of the things and what I want to grow, and it's normally different every year. So now this way, when I grow a whole wide variety of things, I can go speak on behalf of what I've grown and how it did and germinated and everything else. It's cool. Okay, look up. Yeah, let me see. Look up ostrich fern. I will. Let's see. Ostrich. I'm going to copy and paste that. That's what we're going to do, and we'll see what it has. All right. Copy. All right, let's see what we got there, Cliff. All right. Oh. All right, that's different. Oh, I don't think I could grow that because a fern would never grow in my area. I don't think I could ever have this. A fern would die off. This needs, I would think, higher climate. But interesting nonetheless. There it is. Let's see. So I don't think I could grow this, even if I wanted to. I'm just grabbing the picture for those of you that don't know what we're talking about. This is the main plant, but I think it's too cold. We have too cold of a weather. I don't think I can grow fern here. This would be too cold for it. There it is. Are they good pickled? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not far from you. They grow here. Yeah, but do you get really cold weather? Go in the woods. We don't have them here. I've never seen anything like this. You said go in the woods and pick them. I've never seen anything like growing like that ever here. So they grow by the water. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've never, like I said, I'm near water. I'm in a marsh. They probably grow near a marsh area, right? And I've never seen anything like that. Never. Oh yeah, it does get cold in Maine, yeah? Yeah, it gets really cold in Maine. So are these more of a wild thing? Because you're saying it's a wild plant. Looks like it takes a lot of space too, though. Yeah. Interesting. I will have to think about it. Oh, you have them all. Hi, Swampy Acres Homestead. Welcome to my channel. A big shout out to you and all of you. I have them all over the backyard. Oh, do you? Interesting. Really good. Well, you get free plants. You're only out. Well, Quebec's pretty cold too. Yeah. Hey, well, that's different, Cliff. I'll have to think about it if I could actually try growing it. You know, I like growing everything once. That's what I'll say. I grow everything once, at least to give that a good try. I will be right back. Let me take that off. Sorry about that. Too much coffee. That's my answer. Too much coffee. What else? Well, I'll just keep on putting that. How long I've been on here? This has been a blast. I love it. I got to go do some work outside, though, today. Well, it's supposed to rain, and I didn't think I was getting anything done, but it looks, from the look of it, I don't know. I might have a chance. Like I said, I think my goal is to get... I want to put 5 bags of topsoil in the tomato garden bin, and anything that I'm talking about, you can see it on my channel. I show you how to make a raised bed, how I'm making it, an easy raised tomato bed. Oh, no, that's not up yet. I didn't do the video for that, but I do show you the same kind of similar thing for potatoes. Has anybody tried this before? That's the butterfly garden. What it looked like when we first started the first year. By the end of it, looks like this. Just show you. And then it's going to be all along the back fence. So I did a video. I'm working on step-by-step of that. If that's interests you, thank you. I appreciate you watching. Anybody like gardening and we talk about gardening, please bring them here so we can have a deeper conversation about all to do with gardening. Anything to do with butterfly stuff, you want to know about that. I've raised monarchs. This is my 4th year raising a monarch butterfly, and that's why I'm doing a butterfly garden. So all this nature and all that connects. Actually, the better you are with nature, the better your stuff grow. I'm telling you. These are natural, pollinators. Butterflies are pollinators or anything like that. So it's going to connect to my garden. So it's going to be all good anyways. And what I want to say was the video I did was how to make an easy potato bed garden or raised bed, whatever way I put it. Have you ever grown this? This is new to me this year, trying it, and I wanted to, that's why I told you I'm all about experiment. I saw on many channels last 2 years that you can grow potatoes in hay. And it's really easy. You'll just have to go down. You won't kill the plant off until the fall when you go to clean the whole bin. But it's all controlled in a raised bed that I did, about 8 by 8. And you go in and I'll just be able to pull potatoes out all summer long as it grows. And this is what my thought of how easy this is. All I did every year, I have to put hay on it. I don't know how good it works, but I will definitely tell you what I'm doing and if it works to do it again. The worst failure is not trying as far as I'm concerned. So if I see these things that interest me and to try it, and they don't work, what's the worst scenario? I pull out the hay and I grow something else in the raised bed that I did. Same with tomatoes. Tomatoes got poison ivy because they were so close to me, to my neighbors, that we cleaned off his section. I helped him clean his section. But I'm making a raised bed for tomatoes, so they're controlled. I won't get hit with any poison ivy. Plus, it's going to be cool because only right now tomatoes are going to be grown in this area. I want to see how that works, And then I have my neighbor said I could put more raised beds in behind his fence, so I could experiment till my heart's content. And the next door neighbor to him told me she'd be more than willing for me to clean up her yard, and she'd probably allow me to put stuff there. So all down the road, my neighbors will let me grow things back there. But it's a fact of how much work do I want to do. I have all my backyard, the whole yard, and then all back here what I'm doing already. But it's fun. If I could do experimental raised bed gardens to grow and try different things in it, oh my God, I'd have a blast. Oh, that place that you stayed at had lots of, is that right? So I had a lot of the fern there. So the fiddleheads. Okay, Memty. Swampy Acres, if you're still here, what are you growing? What are you growing in your area? I'd like to see what people really do. Patrick, do you have a garden too? I know you said you worked at a golf course and you know about the land we were talking about, but do you have a garden too? And what is your favorite thing to grow? I guess I'm asking all of you, if you actually garden, what is your favorite thing that turns out? There's always something, tomatoes, peppers. What is your favorite thing that turns out that you grow every year and it works really well for you? That's all of you. That's my question. I would be interested in finding out what you can grow in your area that works so well for you that you continue growing it every year. And if you're falling behind, I would refresh your computer so that you're not lagging too much. That is what I'm curious. I want to know what you guys, whoever wants to come in and chat and tell me what your favorite plant you like to grow, why you grow it every year. Is it because it grows well? Do you like it? Gives me some ideas of what to do, what I want to grow. I thought this calcium nitrate would be a powder. Well, it's pellets. That's interesting. Pellets. I'm going to put this out in my shed. I think I got this little box that it came into, and I think I'm going to store my dahlias in here. I don't have many dahlias right now. So I think when I bring it in the winter, I need a box. It's not too big. Maybe I should take it wider than this. It says BB on here. Well, looks like it's pretty quiet in here. And I have been on for over 2 hours. So I think I will say goodbye to you until later on the next live stream. But thank you so much. Thank you for the donations and thank you for the chat. It was very cool. I really enjoyed it and I love talking about all this stuff, anything. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. And I'll play you out with my goodbye music. Until the next time.